390 Wagon Master here. All right, today we're going to take a look at my Uniden President Grant, and I've had this for at least a good 15 plus years. I got this from my good buddy Mongoose up in the corner. This was in his dad's motorhome, and I thought it was stock. He didn't really know anything about it. I think the motorhome was used to his dad, but anyway, the screws on the sides, the heads were kind of messed up, like it's been, opened up before. And it had the audio limiting circuit in it disabled. They took out a, what was it, TR24, so they took out a little 945 transistor, little shunt transistor. And anyway, the audio was always kind of weird with this radio and kind of gruffly, and that's why. So, some radios you can take out that shunt transistor, some you can't. This one you can't. I know a lot of people frown on that, but for the most part, I run stock mics, so I don't mind a missing shunt transistor if the radio sounds okay and it looks pretty clean on the scope. I say pretty clean. I mean, I like to be noticed, right? But I don't want to be dirty or anything like that, but I like a little swing. So these radios have a 2166 driver and a 1969 final. It's a PC 409 chassis. So it's a decent radio. But anyway, that grant that we gave away on the UDX giveaway for Seaweed inspired me, because that grant was absolutely stunning. Cosmetically, it was beautiful. Not flawless, but just beautiful. And mine's sort of a beater. It's got a nick in the top, and the little tabs on the side here that hold the faceplate, they're starting to break off. And I think, I don't know what that was, 30 something caps or so that had to be replaced. This radio had a few issues, and it just got worse over the years. That's just kind of why I threw this thing to the side. So, it's always been a little off frequency. It's good now. The AGC on this was acting up and just seemed to get worse over the years, and it had too much gain. You could overload the front end of this thing really easy, and then you would be in sideband, and you would unkey, and it sounded like there was an amplifier in line, because it would take a full second plus for the receive to come back on. So now it's flawless. You used to unkey it, and you'd have to wait for the gain to rise back. So anyway, that was all capacitors, 10 volt caps, the usual 10 volt demons in these things. And really, that, just recapping it, solved all of the problems with this radio. I put the little shunt transistor in. I grabbed a little, 945, and put that back in, and she all came up. I got all the cans marked for alignment and everything, but I'm going to run it the way it is. Oh, I did the clarifier mod. This was not modified. And I did the clarifier mod. I have a few mods written down in my notes, and one of them wants you to swap out a resistor. They wanted you to change R175, which is like a 4K resistor, to a 1K resistor to get more slide, but that whacked the radio out, and I don't really like that. It went a bunch of kcs down, I believe, and a little ways up, which is fairly common, and I did not do that. I left that. So I left the 4K in, and I have limited slide, which is plenty fine with me. I don't expect this radio to go in between channels. So this radio goes about 900 cycles up and about a kc down, almost. It's about 900 and 900, somewhere in there. I know it's an odd number, but I have plenty of slide, because I'm not looking for a slider. I just want something that I can touch up, and transmit and receiver lined up, and they sound good. Other than that, I haven't done any tune-up or anything to this. I did take the power down. The power was crazy. They had it like 6.5 watts, which is like maximum for one of these. I have it back down to 2. And on sideband, this thing was doing a crazy 20. And if you want that 1969 to live, I don't suggest that. So I got the radio on the background, so we got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now it used to, when I backed it down to 2 watts before I put the limiter circuit back in, which is, you know, that was like the very last thing I did. Just wanted to see if that grainy gruffiness would go away. Nope, no cigar. But this thing would, you know, RMS swing quite a ways, and it doesn't do that anymore. And that's fine with me. The audio's clean. It does swing. I'm sure if I put that in PEP Feel Good watts, we'd probably still hit 6. And then I jacked the sideband down to a very low power. Hello, radio. And what I'm doing with that is I have it set up now. I'm using this stock mic, and when you put this audio transistor or shunt transistor back in, it's not impressive on a meter, right? So we're averaging a few watts talk power. Hello, radio. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we're doing like 2 watts RMS on the peak here. I'll turn this to the 100-watt scale. And what are we reading? Oh yeah, still the top scale. We're just multiplying it. We have about 11 or 12 watts, which is what this radio is supposed to be at when you drive a signal into it. So now that I've done all that, I have clean audio. This thing's just cruising, not impressive on the meter, but that's okay. This radio is going to be paired up with my little Pride 100. So this will go really well with the Pride 100, I'm sure. So stay tuned for that video. I don't know, it should anyway. I'm hoping it will, but we'll see. So stay tuned for that video. But anyway, I'm going to run this for a few days on the bench. And it's got a beautiful receiver on it. Really nice little radio. It's pretty darn solid. No problem. 100% modulation. You know, just a nice little rig. So anyway, stay tuned for updates on this. I may or may not do a complete alignment, but I'm just going to run it because it sounds really good, and it seems to act just fine. Once we got them capacitors out of there, she just cleared up. All right, leave questions or comments down below, and thanks for watching. Oh, and by the way, it is on center slot. So I did not have to do any frequency adjustment or anything like that. That's another thing. You got to watch those clarifier mods, right? You don't want to mess up your radio. But anyway, that's why I don't do super diodes or any of that crazy stuff where you're just all over the place. Yeah. Honestly, half kc up or down or 3/4 of a kc up or down is fine with me. And I'm almost 1 full kc each way. All right, please leave questions or comments down below. Cheers. Have a good one.